So I saw it on Thursday, and I had seen some of it a couple months ago here.
You saw it at the premiere?
No, I was in New York.
Okay, sure.
I'm less special.
No,
But when you guys watch it after having spent so much time with it, is there a disconnect, or can you watch it as a movie because it's such a specific thing to be doing?
Yeah, I can watch it as a movie.
Nice.
There's so many things beyond, like, just our voices that are so special at the movie. It takes care of itself. It's the first movie I can just really enjoy, even upon the first watch. I'm like, oh, I can just watch this and take it in.
I mean, the first time I watched it, I was just trying to process it.
Sure.
So I feel like the movie was over, and I'm like, wait, it's done. I mean, but I was blown away, and I was just floored and shocked. But I think the more that we have been able to watch the film, maybe the second time around, that's when I was able to really sit back and just completely enjoy everything. And also now we're at like the fifth time that we've seen this. Yeah. Little details are starting to pop out, and I also think different messages are also teaching me a lot of lessons the more that I kind of watch it and find more stuff to relate to, just as a viewer, not even someone who's been a part of the project.
Yeah, because I would imagine the first time, because at the very beginning you're still like figuring out the voice, you're sort of figuring out the performance, and you don't even know what it's going to look like necessarily. There's a lot of, well, I trust people, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
Like the trust aspect, They didn't really show us they didn't show us playback. They didn't show us a lot of pictures.
Playback.
Playback.
Hang on,
like
dig in a drawer real quick. Hang on.
So it was actually a really nice surprise though when we saw the final cut, because also Mamoudou and I had never worked together in a booth either.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we'd love to show you what we're working on, but it hasn't been invented yet.
Exactly.
So just like sit
literally
tight.
that.
Exactly.
It's actually that. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
They were telling us about it, and just like the idea of like, okay, you're not on fire, you are fire. You're not wet. You're not wet. You're water. It's like you're like, I don't understand, but I trust that you'll figure it out.
You know what? Actually, Pete did an amazing job creating that environment and like the ideas in our head. So, but also it's just we were just embodying. It's not like we had to like embody anything else, but like what was the emotional need of the script and like what the character wants. It was pretty fundamental, really.
Yeah.
It's really elemental. I'm sorry.
Really elemental.
You get one. It's okay.
But it is that trust, though. Yeah. It's like, there are times when, since your work is so close to your heart, you're like, ooh, did that come out good or the way that I want it to? And Peter and Denise were so encouraging, even when we would kind of step out of our element. Step out of our element and try something different. And I just trusted that they knew what they were doing.
Well, yeah, because you're like, I know that they're creating this thing out of nothing, literally, and in a way you are too with your performance. So you're, like it's a very personal story for Pete. So you can ask a question. You know, you can get like as if you're just performing, but at a certain point you just have to trust that like, okay, this is the voice I think Ember has. This is the voice I think Wade has, and I'm gonna go with it.
Well, Pete had a big hand in that, obviously. Well, he also chose us, and he told us why. Sure. And he wanted to bring out, different aspects of our voice, but he wanted us to use fundamentally what our sound was, just, open it up and find different ranges and get more specific with certain sounds.
I think especially the crying, like it's a very specific kind of like cry talk that I think you have to have in your mind when you're looking for it.
He saw something in which I was like crying in that. The way that I guess I'm doing the movie. And he was like, yeah, this is the guy, I guess. Crazy.
Right, cool. I'm the cry guy. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can do it. And I think like also the rage idea is so fundamental to like being, the age isn't real specific in the film, but being of a certain age where you're like, I'm figuring my stuff out, but also aware that I'm still, a child in a way. It's very specific and really well realized.
I mean, it's cool because Wade even says something. I mean, you mentioned this yesterday, how he mentions to Ember, when I'm upset, I think it's just my temper trying to tell me something.
Yeah. Sure.
And I feel like even I look at that and I'm like, wow, that's actually some sage advice. I mean, I wish I had known that at like 7 or just like, but for someone like Ember, we're still learning it. I mean, her parents, they don't really talk about rage or that explosion because they are fire until someone like Wade is like, hey, actually, maybe you're not just fire. Maybe like your emotions are actually trying to tell you something.
Are you saying that your emotions are elemental to who you are?
Oh, man.
See, now I have to go. Now I have to go because I did that.
Exactly.
We've all got our fill.
Full circle. Thank you so much. Congrats again. This is
thank you
awesome.
so much.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Awesome.